Hello and welcome back to Team Fortress 2 with Bobson, playing a bit more of Snowy Coast this week. I've got a scout contract. I figured this would be a good map to get it done on. So, yeah. So yeah, let's see. What is it I want to talk about this week while I am trying to get this contract completed and not die on my scout continuously? Let's see. Well, a bit of information came out this week. I first noticed it as an announcement on Scrap TF. For those of you who weren't aware or haven't been paying attention or don't know about it, apparently there's some exploit to do with servers and server admin controls and stuff that allows it to download or upload files to your computer and basically take control of them. Now, I don't know what this is about. Apparently it's something that's been known for a while, and like I said, I first noticed it on Scrap TF announcements. But apparently, I looked a bit into it, and as of this recording, I don't know if it's been fixed or not, but this is a known issue, a known bug, and it's something people have known about for a while. It's just, in the past week or so, someone made a massive news post about it somewhere. I think it was on, like, Reddit or something, and it's got a lot of people worried, and people are actually noticing it and talking about it. But it's something that's been around for a while. In fact, this is the exact same kind of exploit thing that was going around last year, I think. Was it last year or the year before? I can't remember. But it's essentially the same thing. What this exploit allows server admins to do is put up malicious files in the server. When you access the server, download malicious files to your computer. And I don't know, this isn't really that much of a concern because it does require the server admin, the server owners, the people who actually have access to the physical servers and the server files to do this. This isn't like something some random person can join a server and then infect everybody with a virus. No, that's not how it works. It's only server admins, server owners that can actually do this. So it's not that big of a concern. I mean, it is still worrisome that this has not been fixed because it is essentially the same bug that was happening last year, that big whole thing. I think it was about a year ago that this came out again before. So I don't know. I think it's the exact same thing, or more or less the exact same thing. So yeah, I don't know. I just saw it on Scrap TF, and I thought I'd mention it because apparently a lot of people there were freaking out about it. Oh no, I'm gonna get hacked and I'm gonna get viruses and stuff like that. But anything that gets downloaded from those servers, any of the files that would potentially be hazardous, potentially be malicious, would most likely be caught by your anti-spyware, anti-virus programs, and either blocked from being downloaded or easily removed with them. I don't know. But that's basically what would happen. Hopefully, that's what would happen. Because, yeah, it is odd that this happened, is still happening, that it's still going on, that it has not been fixed yet on the... Steam has not fixed this kind of exploit yet, if it is the exact same one that came out, was happening last year. So, yeah. Even more so with their recent push for more account security and stuff like that, because they've been pushing security and pushing stuff like the email verifications for trades and stuff like that over the past couple months, and the fact that this exploit is still there is a bit annoying. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. I don't know if it has been fixed. Like I said, I noticed it earlier this week. I don't know if it's going to be fixed or it has been fixed already, because I am recording this on Thursday. So, for all I know, it's already been fixed by the time this episode comes out. Though, if it is the same one from last year, who knows? So, let's see. What else do I want to talk about? I don't know. Well, let's see. They added some new stuff to the Steam community market. I should say that. They added the ability to use buy orders for items other than like keys and stuff like keys and crates and like that. I mean, previously in the Steam community market, you were only able to buy, put in buy orders for stuff that was static, that couldn't be altered, couldn't be changed with like a name tag or name tags and stuff like that, or didn't have secondary abilities like unusuals, which have different types of effects, such as smoking or steaming or like that. It's stuff that was just static, that was all uniform the same. That's the stuff you could use buy orders for. You could put in a certain amount you wanted to pay, and it would automatically buy it if anyone posted it for that price or below. And previously, you could only do it for like crates or trading cards and like that. But sometime this week, I don't know when they did it, they added the ability to put in buy orders for unusuals and stranges and basically more or less everything on the Steam community market. Now, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I can see how it would be helpful to cut down on a number of bots, because bots have always been a problem with the Steam community market. People using automatic purchasing bots to get those really cheap unusuals, cheap stranges, cheap items that people would accidentally post well below their value. So this could be helpful. It could be helpful. I mean, this kind of thing did help out with the price of keys and like that. It kept people from auto purchasing really cheap keys and that kind of thing. And this really did help stabilize the price of keys, the price of all those static items. So hopefully it'll also help out on the price of unusuals and stranges and like that. But it does bring up some it does bring up some problems, especially when you're dealing with unusual hats and like that. Because if you put in a buy order, you can get anything, and depending on what it is, it could be gifted, could be duped, could be nuts and bolts. I mean, no one wants a nuts and bolts hat. I'm just saying that right now. No one ever wants a nuts and bolts hat unless they can get it like super cheap. So if you put in a buy order, there's a chance you could get a friggin' burning team captain or a nuts and bolts team captain, which the difference in price on those is just drastic. And that's some of the real problems with dealing with unusuals and stuff like that, is the minor things can completely change the value of them. So putting in a buy order, auto purchasing this kind of stuff can be a bit dangerous, because you could end up buying something that's complete crap and not even worth what you just paid for it. So hopefully this doesn't like cause massive amounts of problems, but there's every possibility it could in fact cause problems. But I don't know. So let's see, anything else happened over the past week? Well, there was a server hack, there was the addition of that, and going back to the market, there has on the one hand, the whole adding the buy order thing is good, because it gives people a chance to actually maybe, just maybe, get their hands on the cheap unusuals and cheap items that get posted. Because if you've ever looked at the market, you'll notice that in history, the little graph thing that goes up and down showing what stuff has been sold for, sometimes you'll see that an unusual hat, or a category of unusual hats or something's been sold for like 50 cents. And that, I'm not kidding, you can sometimes get an unusual hat for 50 cents. Now, normally, like I said, bots are a real problem. Auto purchasing bots, people who use these to automatically purchase anything from under a certain price value, under a certain price, that would just sit there in F5 web browser until they find something and then automatically purchase it. This type of stuff has been around ever since the market first came out, so that's nothing new. What they've essentially done is added an in-browser, Steam bot like that, basically allowing you to automatically purchase, except it's open to everybody, so everybody has the opportunity and no one can just take advantage of it like someone with a bot could. But on the other hand, it means anyone can now grab those cheap, super cheap 50-cent unusuals, 50-cent stranges that people post up by accident. The problem is those unusuals and stuff are just going to be grabbed up as soon as possible. So if somebody accidentally posts something like that without paying attention, they are just going to lose it completely with absolutely no opportunity to get it back. I mean, that's always been the case, but now more so than ever. For example, earlier this week, I purchased a strange SMG off the market. I just happened to be there, I saw it, I grabbed it. It was being sold for 50, 60 cents, I think it was. A strange, not a strange, it was an unusual festive SMG. I don't remember what grade it was, whether well worn or something, I think. But I grabbed it and I bought it. I just happened to be there and I saw it and I was at the right place at the right time. But as soon as I did, like within a few seconds of me buying it, the person who was selling it added me on Steam, desperately trying to get me to sell it back to them because they did not mean to do that. They did not mean to sell it. They didn't want to sell it for that price. They had intended to sell it for $50, not 50 cents. And they wanted me to sell it back to them. And I felt bad about it. Not that I purchased it for that price, but because they kind of got screwed over by it. And the reason is because at that time, that particular unusual weapon did not have a email verification or a Steam phone app verification. Just like normally when you post something of high value on the Steam community market, you have to verify it through your email, through your Steam app, phone app, and just like whenever you log in. Unfortunately, for some reason, I don't know if it was a bug with the festives or what, but if the unusual weapon did not have that verification, so he just hit 50 cents, he just hit 50 on it, hit OK, and then it went through. So he kind of got screwed over, and I felt bad for him. So what I did, I reposted it for the same price that I bought it for, and tried to coordinate with him so he could automatically buy it back. Unfortunately, it didn't work. He wasn't fast enough. Somebody else bought it for that price, so he ended up getting screwed. I ended up getting screwed out of a $50 unusual weapon, and we both got screwed over by that. So yeah, I find that annoying. I was trying to be nice and get it back to him. I mean, in hindsight, he should have been patient, because I could have just traded it back to him after the 1 week waiting period. I would have been able to trade it back to him, but he wanted me to just do it right now, get it to him, put it back up for sale at the same price. He didn't want to wait. So in the end, he got screwed out of it, I got screwed out of it, and somebody else got lucky and got a 50 cents unusual. And I highly doubt they were going to be stupid enough to do what I did and try and get it back to the person who accidentally sold it. But yeah, that's the kind of thing that happens. If you're not paying attention, you can easily post up something like that really cheap. If you forget to backspace on the decimal point, you can easily post something for 50 cents instead of $50 on the Steam community market. Even with unusuals. Now, unusual hats do have that email verification, that app verification. But even so, if you're just clicking through the verifications and not actually paying attention, then yeah, you can do that. And quite frankly, it's your own fault. That's what those email verifications are for. That's what those in-browser verifications are for. You literally have to type in what you want it to sell for. And when you hit OK, it pops up a little window saying, hey, you're going to be selling this item for 50 cents. Is that what you want to sell it for? And then they send you an email or a phone app verification saying, hey, you posted this item for sale for 50 cents. Are you sure you want to do that? And you hit OK. There's not really much to say against that. That was your fault. That was your screw up. The only reason I even attempted to try and help this guy is because weapons did not have that third level of email slash phone app verification. But yeah, in hindsight, I probably should have just said, too bad, you screwed up, you're not getting it back. Or at the very least, I should have just made him wait the 7 days to try and get it back. Because trying to get it through the Steam community market was not a good idea. But from now on, I'm not going to do that. If somebody screws up and happens to sell something that cheap and I grab it, I'm not getting it back to them. I'm sorry. Because if you screw up and do that, if you just click through all the notifications, all the verifications, then that's on you. I'm sorry, but that is on you. That is your problem. That's one of the main problems with the whole Steam community market, is you can screw up like that. And there's not really much Steam can do about it because you went through all the verification steps and did it. That was your fault. So, yeah. I don't know. That's just something that annoyed me. something that happened this week to me. Missed out on a $50 unusual weapon because I was trying to be a nice guy. Ah, well. Let's see. What's going on my channel? I guess I should talk about that. Let's see. Last week, more Fallout New Vegas came out. This coming week, I should have a few more episodes. Like I've been saying, I am getting close to the end. I think I might be ending it sometime this month, maybe next month. I'm not sure. All depends on how many episodes I can squeeze out before then. So yeah, stay tuned for that if you haven't been watching. More Don't Starve. I have quite a bit recorded, so there should be quite a few episodes coming out over the coming week and coming weeks actually. So stay tuned for that. More Terraria next week. Hopefully I'll be taking on one of the bosses. Hopefully I'll have some new gear with the adamantite gear. But yeah, I think that's enough for me this week. Let's see. There's everything. Yeah, there's everything. So anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Bobson. This has been more Team Fortress 2. And until next time, I will see you later. Bye.